let's see here. Okay, I want to talk about spooky season because we're in spooky season now. Kinda. Let's talk about that first. When does spooky season start for you?
Right after the 4th of July.
See, what is with that? I get that ish, but that is a little like...
It's not celebrating spooky season, it's getting in the spooky season.
Right.
So you're warming up now, you're getting ready, you're looking for fall stuff, you're looking for spooky costume ideas and savings for that.
Yeah, and the pumpkin spice stuff is
I don't like
trinkle.
pumpkin spice.
You don't?
I hate pumpkin spice, and if you like pumpkin spice, you're sick.
I don't like it either. I
It's...
don't like the taste. I like the smell, kinda.
I don't like,
You don't like
any
the
of
smell?
it. Any of it, no. And I love pumpkin pie and sweet potato pie and, like, pumpkin flavors, but pumpkin spice is just, like...
That is
aggressive.
Funny. Gosh darn, I don't know. It's so synonymous. I mean, I think it's more of a fall thing than a spooky thing.
Oh, yeah.
But it all happens at the same time, so I connect it. But I'm not drinking a pumpkin spice latte watching a horror movie or
No.
something. But I think some people might. I don't know. I think more, I don't know, what is a Halloween beverage?
Hot chocolate?
Yeah, hot chocolate?
Yeah, because it's dark and chocolatey and little ghost marshmallows and...
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
Ghost marshmallows.
Yeah,
That
skeleton
is-
bones, white chocolate, put some in there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, fine. You're selling me
Yeah.
on the cocoa. What else? I don't know. Juice, punch,
Monsters.
Yeah, monsters.
Yeah,
Oh, energy
Yeah.
drinks? Oh no.
Yeah.
I don't drink. Are you an energy drink person?
I prefer Red Bull.
Oh my goodness, I can't do that.
And when I drink them, I have to be, like, addicted to them.
Oh,
So it's like
really?
a month thing.
Oh my goodness. I drink so today's Tuesday, I'm off on Tuesdays. Me, my cousin, and my brother, who lives somewhere else. I don't know why I pointed that way like he lived here. He doesn't. But we all play games on Tuesdays at 6 o'clock. And they really want me to stay up till midnight. So I drink a coffee at 6 o'clock in an attempt to stay up till midnight.
I don't like coffee.
I don't hate it, but I don't love it.
I prefer tea.
I love tea. I have
Tea is
slightly sweet
lovely.
tea. It's still slightly sweet because it's already cold. And I was like, do I want to put more sugar in here? I know it's not going to dissolve.
I mean, it will eventually.
It will eventually, but it's already halfway through. So I'm like, maybe I'll just drink it.
Make some more tea.
You want me to make more tea right now?
No, I'm saying, like, later make some more tea so it's hot again and then add more sugar.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah, that's what I was gonna do. Yeah. Well, yeah. Anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway. Do you have go-tos? Do you have like any go-to, like, okay, spooky season's approaching, I have to put this on?
Recently, Aurora actually asked me, and that's my almost 3-year-old, she says, I want to watch Skeletons. And I was like, what? She wanted to watch Nightmare Before Christmas. Because Jack Skellington.
Right.
And so we watched that recently. That's a go-to. And that works for Christmas, too.
Yes.
So you get spooky season for Christmas, too.
Yes, I think it makes sense, too, because, like, there are times, like, Christmas Day is the warm and fuzzy day.
Mm-hmm.
Leading up to that, it's, like, dark and spooky and just, like, cold.
It is so cold.
And
So
I think
cold.
the cold adds to, like, the decrepitness. I don't know, like,
It's chilling.
Yes. And also, if you think about it, I do think spooky season does even go past Halloween, but it's a different flavor, maybe a little bit. It's like, if we're doing like what you mentioned with the ghosts and Coco, I think that's fair still. But I also think post Halloween, all that's left is ghosts. Is what I feel like, and I'm like, I think that's when you do put on like, I have a movie, Guillermo del Toro's Nightmare Alley. Have you seen that one?
Mm-mm.
It's pretty good, and it's not even a ghost movie, but it's a movie. It's like, it takes place in the 1920s, and it has this guy who's like works in a circus, and he starts doing mesmerism. It's where you like guess people's stuff, or I don't know, mesmerism.
Mm-hmm.
But what I like about it is this atmosphere and this like, and this depressing. Like, it's depressing. Like, I think I want to watch movies that are a little spooky, but also hurt a little bit.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mama was like that.
Oh,
And
the movie Mama?
yeah.
I haven't seen it.
It's good. But go to spookies. Usually when I start feeling like a little spooky, I put on Cabin in the Woods or
Yes.
Evil Dead, and I just love movies where they're stuck in one little something.
Yes. Oh my goodness. And I love Cabin in the Woods is actually perfect because it's one of those that like I love a horror movie that's like let's just give you every monster.
It's different.
Yeah.
It's, I didn't expect to see all the monsters down there and then placing bets. And then I was like, they need to make a TV show so I can see all the versions they did before that.
I think that there was a time where that was in talks, and then that didn't happen.
Shame.
But they need to. That would be a good idea.
The best thing that makes the best horror movies is going to be obviously scary, but that comic relief and then false hope or the hope of an end,
Yes.
Saw did that a lot.
Oh, which one?
Saw.
Yes, I love the Saw movies.
Saw's good.
So did you see Saw 10? X?
I didn't. Mm-mm.
It's the best one.
Really?
Or after the first one.
Okay.
Second best one. But literally, I think. Oh, look at it. All right, look. I'm getting I'm being serious. I love showing people when I get goosebumps because it shows how much of an effing nerd I really am. But stinking Saw X. It feels like it should have been Saw 4 because it clearly ran out of because I didn't like Saw 4, and after Saw 4, they sort of pivot more into like the crime aspects of it and all that jazz, and I like it. It's fine, but this is what it should have been. It's from the perspective of John Kramer, and thankfully he's still alive, but that's because. Back then, he was still old, but they made him look grosser because he had cancer.
Yeah.
Well, character had cancer. So now, even though he's like older, it still
he
tracks.
looks the same.
Yeah, so it works, and it's from his perspective, and you get to see him like think about he's literally sitting in that park one day drawing up a trap.
Oh, okay.
And it's not like
I'd
artsy.
like to see that. That sounds
really
interesting.
Good. It's so good, and it's not like artsy fartsy, but it is a little bit more artsy fartsy because it's like this.
Man, movies these days are all artsy fartsy. I saw Lisa Frankenstein and My Best Friend's Exorcism, and they both gave off the same like early '90s vibes.
Yes.
And I was like, it reminded me of Stranger Things, and I was like, everybody's doing this now.
So, okay, that's an interesting also idea. So, yes to I like Lisa Frankenstein.
I loved the movie. I love Cole Sprouse, like childhood crush.
Yeah,
that man.
Really?
So, oh my
sorry,
God.
not really F you, but Dylan Sprouse deserves some respect.
He was my crush in the show.
He was my favorite. Zach
He was my favorite.
They have the same face.
But they don't.
Why is one of them more famous?
They don't.
Yes, they do. They had. Yes, Cole Sprouse is like I think he's just leaner. Just but it's literally like a hair leaner.
It's
so ridiculous. And Dylan Sprouse, he's doing movies.
No, they're both still handsome and gorgeous men, but like I don't know.
Man, I mean, but I give him. I'm sorry, I had to speak up for Zach.
Yeah.
But I will give him credit. He's fantastic in Lisa Frankenstein. He steals the show. Because he's just...
A lot of it surprised me. Like, I thought it was going to be really bad or not as good as I thought, but the parts where he did, like spit up in her... I was like, what the fuck?
And his tears smell like sewer
Yes,
water.
every time.
I love that. And he's just... He can't talk right. He can't move right. He's really putting it all out there.
He did really good.
And also... I do like how that movie is very 90s vibe-ish, or late 80s.
Yeah, in late 80s, 90s.
And it's like, but they mentioned Violent Femmes, so that's very 90s-y, I think. But also, I don't know.
I wasn't barely alive 97.
Exactly. So one thing, that movie apparently was supposed to be rated R, but then they made it PG-13.
I wish it was rated R.
It feels like it wants to go there.
Yeah, it almost did go there.
But still, the scene where they cut off that dude's...
Oh, yeah.
I laughed so
And he
hard.
takes the trash can with it and walks out, and I was like, oh my God.
And he has it in his pocket.
Yeah.
Oh my God. It's so funny. I liked it a lot. I want to rewatch it, because I liked it when I saw it in the theater. I saw that in the theater. I liked it. I wanted to like it more, because Diablo Cody wrote it. Oh, okay.
What's he done?
She wrote Juno back in the day.
Okay.
But also Jennifer's Body.
those both
Yes.
sound
Yes.
on track for that.
Exactly. And
Wow.
There are moments in Lisa Frankenstein where the dialogue gets there, but like I wanted Jennifer's body snappy, like just.
But she does like get crazy.
They do
You
get
can
crazy.
see her lose her mind and just kind of throw everything away.
Yeah.
Just over a guy. Like
Yeah. I like it. I do like it. I just wanted a little more, and it felt like it. That's another, like I said, it was maybe supposed to be rated R and was cut to a PG-13. It sucks because I feel like there is more.
Yeah.
But it's just not there in what we have right now. Maybe they'll do like an unrated version someday or something.
yeah, uncut, unrated.
Yeah. But yes, so I need to reference something right now. You got kids.
Yes. 2 kids.
2 kids.
2 baby girls.
How's that going?
It's going good. They're both walking. One of them's potty trained. The other, hopefully, within a year, will be potty trained. And then no more diapers. They're a handful. They are. Because when one disagrees with me, the other one is like, oh, well, I don't want to do that either. And then when one person has one thing, the other person wants the other. And I could have 2 of them, but if she doesn't have the one that she has, it's not the same.
Yes, exactly. Well, I just know I have one brother, and we were just me and him forever. How far? What's the distance between
Barely a year, over a year, I believe.
basically me and my brother, a year and a half between. And it's like I remember being jealous of things he had, and him being he never kept. I think he never got jealous because I was such a stinking needy kid.
Yeah.
And he was just like, I'm not gonna get it anymore. I feel bad. But now I try to make up for it. I try to help him out. Oh no.
That's good.
But so yes, and I knew you had I need to give you some credit also because back when I first started F and Nerd Show doing all the podcasts and all that jazz, or first really when I did it as the radio show, which I still need to hit up Zach Smith because I haven't necessarily stopped doing the radio show, but I also haven't shown up.
Oh my god.
I feel bad. It's been busy. Time's been busy.
It's been busy.
But so you were like one of the only guests that, not the only, because Donald showed up too a couple times. I can't remember if you both showed up twice, but I know you came on at least 3 times. I think. And I appreciate it. So I'm saying thank you.
It's fun.
But also at that time you didn't have kids,
Right.
and now you do.
Yes.
And so I want to know, approaching this spooky season, I don't know, how does it feel when you see kids die on screen in all these horror movies and whatnot? Which, I don't know if that was a smooth transition, but there you go. Does it
At
hurt
first, yes. Okay.
more? Oh no.
At first, when I didn't have kids, I was like, oh my god, the kid's gonna die. Your parents should have been watching you. Where was your mom? Why didn't you stay where they told you to stay? Why are you talking to demons? Okay? And now when I see something even about to happen, I'm like, I can't watch this. I can't watch this. Especially when I know it's going to be gruesome. And it happened in a movie recently, and I can't remember what movie it was, but I was like, I don't think I'm going to be able to watch this. I watched it, and a lot of times I can watch it, but it does bring like an ick feeling, especially when it's like a teenager getting abducted or like, a vulnerable situation where you're not even there.
Can you watch Taken anymore? That's not even a horror movie.
I can watch Taken.
That's
It
scary.
just brings the thoughts. You just think about it repeatedly. You're like, oh my god, if that had ever happened to me, I would have, or would I have,
You know what I love though? You love your kids, don't you?
I do love my
And
kids.
I don't hate that, but it's like every parent will say things that are terrifying and suck,
Uh-huh.
and then they'll be like, "But I love it." I hate it. I'm like.
I mean, you got your brain. I think humans are naturally evolved to have to love it because that's
Exactly,
yours.
true.
So, I mean,
Yeah. Oh.
just like cats will adapt to getting humans to care for them. They'll be like, I sound like a baby now. Don't you want to come take care of me? Little sneaky cats. And then once they're inside, you're fucked. That's your cat now. Good luck. So.
Oh man, that's true. That stinking cat outside. I pet him and he walks up to the door. I'm like,
And I tell you, dogs got people wrapped around their fingers.
That's
They say
true.
man's best friend, but really, they're only there when, they're listening to you and doing stuff for you. But also, they're expensive.
Exactly.
You take a dog to the vet, that's like $600 out your pocket.
And it's probably way more for
It is.
a kid.
It is. But also, health insurance, like for kids, our kids, the government helps out a lot with kids these days. Unless the foster care system is involved. But let's not get into that spooky season.
So how do you feel when people say that? Because you also like animals. You always like animals. How do you feel when people are like, oh, well, I got a cat? It's like the same thing.
I agree.
So you do agree still? But
yeah.
Now you a little bit.
I have to think about it for a minute. I have to think about it because I felt that way before I had kids. Because I thought my cat was equal to having a child, and it's less work. But I think someone's capable of loving and caring for something as equally as a child. That's not a human.
Right.
Because animals have their own little thoughts and stuff too. It might not be complicated, but
yeah, it's true.
Some animals are really smart.
But also animals become, granted they don't pay rent, but they do kind of become like your roommate very quickly.
They do.
Like, they just sort of do their own thing, and then sometimes they'll hang out with you. Whereas, dang it.
I don't know, dogs for me are like always around. Cats, my cat, I can leave and she'll come to me. And if she doesn't want to be pet, she'll stay away from me.
Yeah, I've been thinking about, I don't know. I can't even afford an animal right now.
No, they aren't expensive.
I'm not even trying to think about, like...
I have a chick now.
A chick like chicken?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It's a little baby. Her legs were splayed, so I braced them together, and now she's standing up straight.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. It took a week.
So you like taking care of things and people?
Yeah, I do. I have plants now, too.
Oh my... Why would... I mean, it's...
I have a monstera that's like almost my height. Like, it's half my height, a little bit. Yeah.
I'm not bringing this up to gotcha enough, but I do remember you being like, when you're seeing all your friends have kids, you're like, man, now everybody has kids now.
It's like that. You're like, I can't do anything with them because they're just watching their kid all the time, and now I am watching my kid all the time.
Exactly.
But the older you get, the more people have kids.
I know, exactly.
And then your kids are hanging out, or you're coming over, so your kids can hang out, and you can hang out with your friends.
Oh,
yeah.
That is a good idea.
Yeah.
I ain't thought about that. I don't even know if I want kids ever. It's not that I don't want kids ever. It's just like, I don't know when. It's only something like I see in my cards right now. It's just like, when am I supposed to have kids? And if anybody, and thankfully I haven't had, like, my grandparents or my parents, they haven't bugged me about having kids. Probably because they're expensive. They might be like...
They are. And then you can't even watch scary movies.
Exactly.
Because you're thinking about your kids.
I'm sorry, yes, I'm getting back to the point. I'm getting back to it. But it's just like, I want to enjoy my horror movie. Exactly.
And I can't watch horror movies around the girls. Some people do.
I watched the first Evil Dead when I was 8 years old. I don't know if that's too young.
I watched it around that time, I think.
Okay.
Maybe a little. Yeah. Might have been 7, honestly. I was still living in California.
It's my channel. No, I'm kidding.
But it did traumatize me, and I just feel like kids, especially my girls being so young, shouldn't be exposed to that much violence. And
interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, I agree. I do agree to an extent, but I also disagree to an extent. I mean, I never.
I like superhero movies. Okay, that's fine. That's reasonable. But I don't want them scared about the supernatural. I don't want them afraid of something they can't see or think that might be there. Because my daughter was never afraid of the dark or monsters or anything until she started going to school. And I'm pretty sure a couple Halloweens in class, she developed, monsters exist. And I did let her watch Monsters, Inc., but she didn't get scared at that point. I'm not sure what she was exposed to that did that.
I don't even feel like any scare in Monsters, Inc. Like, even though the monsters are trying to scare.
Yeah, I loved Monsters, Inc.
Oh,
that was my favorite movie ever.
I love that movie. It's sad. I can't... See, but that's a movie... I think when I was younger, and even a little bit now, but I'm starting to open up a little bit more, but I couldn't handle cuteness. Cuteness made me sad.
Really?
Too sad. Like, devastatingly sad.
Why?
And I think it still does now, even a little bit. Because then it's like, I don't know. So it's like when I think of the little girl in Monsters, Inc., Well, I'm like, first of all, sad that they imply that they meet again, but you never know.
Yeah, you do, because that implies that they met again.
It implies.
She said kitty.
Oh,
You know they meet again. It was a happy ending. What was terrifying was when they pretended she got crushed in a garbage compactor. That was fucked up.
Yeah, but you can curse, I just say it, though. That's just what I do. So you can curse it.
I think I did once.
That's fine. I'm not going to cut it out.
Okay.
Alright, cool.
That's another good spooky season watch. Harry Potter.
So, Harry Potter 3 is probably peak for me.
Is that the Goblet of Fire?
No, it's the Prisoner of Azkaban.
Prisoner of yeah. I like the bus that picks him up in that one. That's my favorite part.
Everything in
yeah.
that movie. Me and my brother, back in 2020, I think it was the very end of 2020, we were rewatching all of the Harry Potter movies. We never finished it. We didn't watch the last two, which sucks. But when we got to the third one, it was like we'd never seen it before. And we've watched these movies it used to be on like ABC Family all the time or whatever. Yeah. But this time when we watched it, we were like, whoa, what happened? It looks like, especially when you watch it, right? Like if you're marathoning them, watching after the first two, which are very much kids' movies, and then this one's like, it's a little bit darker, a little bit grainier. There's a shrunken head in the bus. He kills his aunt in the beginning of the movie, kinda, or whoever that woman is. And then the time travel and werewolves and god damn, it's crazy.
And the rat.
Yes, that gross rat man that's been there the whole time. That's what's gross. Oh my god. Oh man. And what sucked though, and my brother hated me for it, when we continued on past the third one, I was like, this isn't as good.
Nothing will beat The Prisoner of Azkaban.
Yeah.
You know what movie was supposed to be cute and funny that was terrifying to me? Like, I would have to jump from like little spaces and stuff so something wouldn't grab me, like terrified like need my mom to check my closet, for real terrified. The Gremlins.
The first one or the second?
I watched the first one first, and I didn't watch the second one until I kind of got old enough to watch it. And the second one was funny. I loved the second one. It made me watch the first one again, and it was okay. But I like the second one more, I think.
The first one, it also scared me a bit as a kid.
I wouldn't go near a Christmas tree. Like,
that's the thing. That's also a Christmas tree.
Yeah.
Yeah,
hated Gremlins.
Yeah, but Corey Feldman's in there, and he was in the Lost Boys. I don't know. I'm not going to even say it was a year later, because I don't know if that's true. But look it up if it is true, anybody. But yeah. And Gremlins 2, I remember when you and Don were on, we talked about Gremlins 2 a little bit. And I was talking about how they stopped the movie in the middle of the movie, and they go into the theater and Hulk Hogan's there.
Yep.
Now canceled Hulk Hogan, probably. I don't know.
I didn't hear about that.
No, he didn't get canceled, but he was at the Trump rally thing. He's like,
I didn't hear about that.
The Hulkster loves the Trumpster, and he rips his shirt off and it says Trump 2024.
Maybe it was a paid advertisement.
I mean, probably.
If he was in character.
Oh, you know what? That's his out. So like later.
That's his out. Yeah, you're welcome, Hulk Hogan.
They just paid me a lot of money. What am I supposed to say? No, I haven't got a job in 2 years or whatever.
Right.
But yeah, I love that moment in Gremlins 2. I like Gremlins. Although here's the thing about Gremlins 2, I like Gremlins 1 a little bit more because it's like chaos in like a neighborhood. Gremlins 2 is like chaos in a building.
Yeah.
And it feels more corporate. Well, not like, oh, this movie's so corporate, but it just feels less accessible, like, as a kid, especially when I was a kid, of like, what, am I supposed to be excited about the stupid building?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Granted, the Gremlins, like,
that's what I didn't like about the first one, was that it wasn't a neighborhood. So anything that's more likely to be a scenario, I kind of like,
That's fair. That's also fair. That's why, did you like Evil Dead Rise?
Yes. That's a newer one, right?
What?
Where they're in the apartment building.
Yeah,
and the monster thing chases them in the garage and that. Bleh, like.
Yes. How do you feel about that? And that's not only is that a kid.
They died, yeah. It made me feel icky.
Really?
Yeah. Because I was like, oh, well, surely the two boys won't die. No, they died.
But how do you feel about the
The teens.
The fact that it's the mom and how she's so... I love that she said things to those
She
kids.
did.
And I was like... I loved it because I was like... I wonder how much moms, like... Even if they wouldn't say it, I wonder how much just is lingering in the very, very back of their head. Like, if any.
Children test your gangster. Like, for real.
Oh, man. Oh, my goodness. But yeah, I love that. And Morgan Davies, who's in One Piece as Kobe? Is it Kobe in One Piece? The pink-haired... I don't know if you know. Pink-haired kid with the circle glasses?
Oh, I know of that one.
I think it might be Kobe. I don't know. But that's an actor that's crossed over from Evil Dead Rise and One Piece. That's just a fun little tidbit. But I love in Evil Dead Rise, because in the OG Evil Dead, it was like a tape. And Evil Dead Rise, they're like, it's a record now. And also it kind of makes sense because it's like, just how records are. Like, they're just sort of imprinted from sound and whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It was spooky.
Yeah, and how he like plays it very slowly.
That's when I was like, stop playing with this record. You hear how evil this sounds. Why are you fucking playing this record?
Exactly.
And you're gonna finish it, you deserve to die. So that's where like my motherhood tucks to the back of my head. I'm like, this is unrealistic, because I'd never even let my kids go adventuring out in a little cavern, like doing laundry. What are you doing, woman?
Seriously. But that's what I kind of love about Evil Dead Rise also, though. The kids, it's their fault, or his fault, that the evil is awakened. And then they effing die. It's like, and I love it, like, for all the other Evil Dead movies, I guess they all end pretty tragically. Like, usually all their friends die, but this time it's like, at the very end, it's like the daughter and the aunt. And it's like, thinking the daughter's mom and siblings are dead.
Yeah.
The aunt's sister is
And
dead.
like, who shows up to this apartment complex and just finds this carnage? And what do they do? What do they tell the cops? Like, I don't know.
Seriously. And also, Evil Dead Rise is probably the prettiest Evil Dead movie. There's like just great ambience, and there's that one shot that's like through the eye hole, and you only see whatever chaos going on through the eye hole.
When she just walks in front of it.
Yes.
It was when she was talking through the door to the little one and got her to unlock it, and I was just like,
That has to feel like, oh my god. Because my mom was super strange, like stranger danger. So like she'd be like, don't answer the door for nobody.
right.
Ever.
But if it's your mom and you're hoping she's better.
Exactly. Oh my goodness. Oh man, I love it. And everybody in that movie was really good.
Yeah.
Really. But also, Evil Dead Rise is probably my least favorite Evil Dead movie.
Why?
Why? I think there was a couple bits that were like, I didn't need another chainsaw at the end. Like
I didn't.
I love the chain. I mean, don't get me wrong.
Iconic, but unless it's Ash Williams holding it, come on.
Yeah, and also because like they literally do the exact same thing they did in the 2013 Evil Dead. She takes a chainsaw. Like, I loved it in 2013 Evil Dead when the lady takes a chainsaw, puts it through the monster's face, and it's like, and you see the. But they did it again in this new one. I'm just like, I mean, cool. It's fine.
Saw
It's
it
fine.
coming.
But what I do like about Evil Dead Rise, though, is I think it was a little bit more of a hit than the last Evil Dead movie. And so they're going to start making more often. So we don't have to wait another 10 years for a new Evil Dead.
Did you like the Alien movie?
Yeah, I saw Alien Romulus. Yes, I did. Did you see it yet?
No.
It's really good.
Was it scary?
It's
Suspenseful?
very suspenseful.
Okay.
And I actually kind of like it that way. It is gross. I do like the grossness. I love, and that director did the Evil Dead 2013, did Alien Romulus. And he also did the movie Don't Breathe. Have you seen Don't Breathe?
I have seen Don't Breathe. I like Don't Breathe.
I love that turkey baster scene. And in Alien Romulus, these aliens are turkey bastering a lot of people, basically. Like, there is one shot where it's like a face hugger on this one person, and you see
the tail going. Yeah.
And like, just the force of them trying to pull it out and still, and it's kind of
Fighting
cool.
it.
And it's like still going in as they're trying to pull it out, though. That's kind of cool. It's nuts. And also, though, like there's so many, like there's like an alien egg that looks way more like female genitalia than it ever used to. Like it probably used to, but it was like
They went for it this time.
it literally is like. I feel like they should, like, if they put it on TV, they should put a blackboard over it. Like, literally, it's like, oh my god. And there is a little, well, it depends on your standard of what counts as a child and violence. But they do get a little crazy with the pregnant lady in the movie, I'll just say that. And just wow. And what I love about the director, Fede Alvarez, he did those movies that I mentioned, Evil Dead, Don't Breathe, in this. He always takes one character, and they're like, you're the character who is going to live for most of this, but I'm going to torture you.
Yeah.
Relentlessly. Like in Evil Dead, it was like the guy who opened the book, and they start like, they beat him with a crowbar, they put nails through his arms, they put a needle in his eye. All to one guy. And then Don't Breathe, they do it to another guy, the good guy in Don't Breathe. He takes like the most damage. And then this one, they do it to the pregnant woman.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, oh my goodness. But it's also really cool. It's also like, man, they're resilient. They didn't die. Have you ever seen a movie called Martyrs? This movie you probably could never watch ever.
I don't think so. What's it about?
It's so there is an American version. I watched a French. Okay, my friend Casey, she showed it to me, and it's effed up. I don't know. I'm only bringing it up because the first half kind of feels like Evil Dead, but it opens wild. So like, there's like this like a normal white family of four, just eating dinner, and then this Japanese woman knocks on the door and just shoots them all with a shotgun. That's the opening of the movie. But then you slowly find out that maybe she had her reasons.
Oh god.
Like, and like, she shoots like kids.
Yeah.
With a shotgun.
Uh-huh.
But her reasons, oh my god. Like, long story short, that family has a dark underpinning. And the second, like in the middle of the movie, the Asian girl's friend has her other friend, who I guess is just French, I don't know, come and be like, oh my god, you killed this family. And they get haunted by some monster, you don't know why. And then what happens after they extinguish that monster, and this is still in the middle of the movie, this company kidnaps the friend, and the Asian lady died. Oh well. They kidnap the friend, and they take her to a dungeon, shave her head, and just keep her there. And a big guy, and keep her there chained up on a cot. And a big guy, just comes in every day and beats her up.
What the heck?
It's effed up, and it literally, I was like, what the fudge are you showing?
French films.
Yeah, yeah, literally. I was like, is this, like, I thought it was like a dirty thing. Like, is this getting dirty? This is gross and dark. But what's cool about this movie, and you can never watch it. I'm not telling anybody to watch it. It's good. It's only good. It's technically good. It's like I can't say the plot was necessarily bad because it does leave you with something. I'm gonna tell you in a second. But it does leave you feeling, gosh darn, foul. Because there's no music for these, like, it feels like 30 to 45 minutes of just a guy coming in and beating this guy this woman up. And then slowly you get a little bit more information about, like, so I guess this company is trying to find what happens after death by trying to get people to the brink of death. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it seems like a standard sort of plot-ish for some evil person to do. And what was cool and terrible. So throughout the movie, they keep beating her up. Nothing's happening. It gets to a point, they skin her alive. They take all her skin off, except for her face. Like, all her skin on her entire body is gone, except for her face. And then, she, like, basically, they visualize her, like, looking up into the sky and seeing something, and she's like, oh my god, I see it. And then she whispers it into the ear of the leader of the corporation's, like, she whispers it into the corporation leader's ear. And the only thing that makes the movie a little bit more interesting is the corporation leader then commits suicide.
Oh my god.
And you're like, why? And everybody...
You'll never know the answer.
Exactly.
That's why.
Exactly. Yep. So you're like, was it worth... Like, she either killed herself because it wasn't worth it, or she killed herself because whatever the person they tortured saw was happening amazing and she wanted to go there. And I'm starting... I don't know why I went on that tangent. It's just this effed up movie. But what's crazy about it is, I love it when a movie sort of changes its plot within the last minute or so, and then it makes you rethink the entire effing thing. It's like, wait, what? Maybe the journey was worth.
I've got a couple movies with no plot, all just sick, twisted. Have you ever seen the ABCs of Death?
I've heard of it. I haven't seen it though.
It's disgusting.
Oh really?
I can't say it's scary. It's just gory.
I do love me some gore.
And there's an ABCs of Death too, and I religiously watched both of them for like a year.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
They were bad, but like they made me feel something.
No, I get that. Have you seen Terrifier movies?
No.
Really? Do you like gore though?
Yeah.
You like it a lot?
I mean, it's good.
Do you like it if it's super effed up?
Yeah.
You might want to watch these Terrifier movies.
Yeah.
I'm going to describe two things. Two effed up things. One of them might be a little too dirty, but it was so effed up. And it's first little clip I've ever seen of it. So the Terrifier guy is, the monster is Art the Clown. He's like a guy with a big old nose, and he's a clown. And he doesn't talk or anything. But there's this one scene where he's sawing a naked woman, upside down from, like, her crevices.
Oh, no.
But with a salt, like, big old wood salt kind of thing. And that was probably, what was effed up with that, what was cool, it was cool and effed up, and it's really the point of these movies, is like, you still kind of see her arms and, moving, but, the saw is like halfway through, so you're like, oh, how they do that? And they do a similar gag in Terrifier 2. I've never thought about passing out watching a movie. But if there was one movie that was closest to getting me to pass out, it would have been this movie, Terrifier 2. I'm not even going to tell you the gag for Terrifier 2, because I think you should watch it.
Okay.
But there is one gag that I still don't know how they did, where he's sawing a guy's, with a similar saw, a guy's head, like this, but his mouth is still moving, and he's like talking, but you're seeing the saw go through his head, and you're like, how'd they do that? I don't know.
That's cool.
It's so cool. But there's one kill in Terrifier 2. I'm not going to say anything about it. I showed my cousin, and he laughed. I could feel he might have been uncomfortable. But basically this guy, I'm not going to say anything. I'm just going to say what happens. He basically goes and he finds this teenage girl alone, and he does terrible things. And then the mother finds him.
Oh.
And it's epic.
I'll have to watch these.
Please watch it. Terrifier 2 is great. And Terrifier 3 is coming out soon. It's going to be a Christmas movie.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, I better catch up then.
Yes, and people got upset because the trailer, it kind of is like the Grinch trailer, where it's like Cindy Lou or whatever her name is comes out and just sort of finds the Grinch, except it's the Terrifier. It's like,
oh, that's funny.
Are you Santa? And you're like, but also though, the Terrifier movies, they had short films on YouTube at first before they became movies, and he kills lots of kids in those. He
I mean, that's why horror films do that, to like get people's hearts to like crunch,
But also though, so like, as for horror though, I'm a more emotional horror guy. Like, I like the Mike Flanagan stuff. Do you know who Mike Flanagan is? Have you seen Haunting of Hill House?
Yeah, I liked that.
He did that.
Ooh, did you watch Don't Be Afraid of the Dark?
No, I didn't. But I do.
You would like that
movie.
movie.
Oh wow. Oh wait, no, I don't think I did see this. 2010.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't think I did see this. Interesting. What's that about? Guillermo del Toro?
It's kind of about tooth fairies.
Tooth fairies?
Kind of. That's the only thing I can draw the Fae lore to what's going on in the house.
This does look interesting. Written by Guillermo del Toro also. Interesting. I'm going to screenshot this right quick. So I do want to check it out. Also, it was filmed in Australia. I'm learning now lately that I like Australian things a lot, just because I've been looking at like.
I mean, they gave us Hugh Jackman. So.
Yes, they gave us Hugh Jackman.
So I think the first scary movie for me that made me the ick for my kids was The Pope's Exorcist.
Is that recent?
It is recent.
Is that the... sorry. I keep doing that.
It is recent. And there's a kid involved in it as, you know, the person that needs to be the exorcism. And the kid says some disgusting things. And it's just one of those, like, oh my god, they paid a little kid to say and act this way, and it just makes you feel gross.
Have you seen the original Exorcist?
Yeah.
That also, like...
And that's the feeling it gives you, is like the innocence of a child, just a demon all up in them. But that's how Talk to Me felt.
Oh, really?
Because that made me feel really bad, too.
Really? Okay, great. First of all...
Like when the kid starts slamming his face in the dresser.
Okay, that part,
Oh
yes.
my god, and then when he gets to the hospital and he starts slamming against the tile and you're just like, what do you do?
Especially like it's his head.
And he's already like almost dead.
I know, like
I thought his eyeballs were gonna pop out of his head.
Yeah, he's trying to, that's the part because like you kind of see his thumbs hold under. You're like, oh, I love Talk to Me. So Australian filmmakers, by the way.
Oh, okay.
That's
Makes sense.
another one. But
there was a kangaroo in the ground. Why am I?
Oh yeah.
Duh.
But that movie. What I love about that movie, I used to watch the directors. They had a YouTube channel called Raka Raka, and the movie is nothing like their YouTube channel. Their YouTube channel is full of like stunts, and they used to love wrestling. And one of the videos I used to love showing my friends to ski them out a little bit. They're twin brothers, but they go hard. Like when it comes to like wrestling, so they were like, we're doing a video. It's a backyard brawl, and there's barbed wire and light tubes, like kitchen light tubes, and they're like hitting each other with them, and like this guy throws his twin brother onto a bed of thumbtacks and stomps on him.
That's terrible.
And I hope some, like, they have bits planted around that are, like, dumb, like, maybe the thumbtacks are, dull
it's
or
all
something.
prop.
Yeah, but some of it, like, they showed pictures at the end of, like, the scars, like, they took the light thing and smacked it on his back, and you just see the long streak of stitches on his back from the hospital.
Oh my god.
So, but they go nuts, stunts and all that stuff. But then they make this dark, horror movie about like social media and drugs, but it's way more mature. Like it's mind blowing. I'm proud. I'm a proud YouTube viewer of these guys who made this movie.
This movie was really good.
Yes.
But yeah, it gave me the ick, especially when she's like, "I'll show you where he's at." And then she sees him in the pit with all those demons all over this little kid, and you're just like...
I want to know how they did that. So it's like... that. Anytime I get a glimpse of, like, what, like, supreme torture might look like in hell or something...
That's it.
Literally.
That's it. And I was like, who thinks of this? Sick.
That's why I love horror movies. Like, just getting into the most devious, gross thing... Like, because the thing is, if anybody can have that idea, someone else has had that idea.
Yes. That's the scary part about scary movies.
Yeah.
Like, it's based, and when they're like based on a true story in the beginning, I'm like, fuck. Great.
But they'll literally be like, well, it says that his name was Jeff, and that's all I need. All I need is just like one little detail. Be like, and it's based on a true story.
Yep.
Like The Strangers. You see that movie?
I think so, where they go into the log cabin.
Yeah.
Yeah, I watched that recently, actually, and I didn't like it because I don't like non-supernatural scary. Like real life, like The Hills Have Eyes, kind of situations, because they give me the... Those can happen.
Yeah, those can happen.
Don't like that.
Exactly. Like for...
and when they killed the landlord who was there to fix the refrigerator, I was just like...
But that's exactly like they said. The Strangers is based on a true story.
Yeah, they did.
It's not that true.
I mean, I'm sure it has happened.
I mean, yeah,
I'm sure it has happened.
Plenty of masked people have broken into houses and murdered people, but that's a little loose. That's all I'm saying. But it is still scary. For a time, so like when I was, this is a dark tangent. It's all dark. That's what it's supposed to be. My grandpa back in the day was like, he was very, Republican political. He's like, look it up. You can see, like, terrorist videos online. You shouldn't have told me to do it. I know.
Could.
Like, in hindsight, I knew he didn't mean literally look it up, but I looked it up. And I saw a terrorist video.
Yeah.
For a long time, my biggest fear was terrorists. Yes. And then aliens.
America.
Yeah. Then aliens became my biggest fear after I think it literally was that order of terrorists and aliens. But yeah. Then aliens, and that's
both
movie.
Valid fears because they both exist.
Yes. And then Zodiac. Have you seen the movie Zodiac?
No. About the Zodiac Killer?
Yeah, it's about the Zodiac Killer. And that one is really good, but that one made me scared of serial killers. Like, I was like, oh my god.
You can't trust anybody.
Yeah, literally.
She could be a serial killer.
Exactly. The water was poisoned.
Right. That's why I was literally thinking about my water, like.
Oh, good, good. No, but yeah, that's the thing. But also, it doesn't I'm never really scared of serial killers. Well, I am, but I'm not. Like, that movie made me scared, but I don't think about it.
I just double check my doors and windows sometimes.
Yeah,
I was really bad about leaving my door unlocked till I had kids, and even then I would still forget and then wake up like, oh my god, we could have just all died.
Literally, the other day I walked home and the door was unlocked. I was like, dang it! But I wasn't home, but I was like, we're stuck in the tank or something. And I woken up one time and I just walked out the door. I'm like, what? It's unlocked. Man. But also, that's another thing. I'm a big old guy. Yeah. I've never thought about when in college was when the first time I ever even thought about, oh, maybe ladies shouldn't be walking at night. I never even thought about that. I was in college when I thought about it because I even walk everywhere.
Yes, you walked everywhere.
Yeah, so it never ever occurred to me something could happen. Now now I'm more scared to walk out at night, even though technically I don't know if I should be. I've done it before.
Yeah.
But also I want to test it. Do you also think that maybe sometimes your fear might make it more likely?
Yeah, you're jinxing it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Man, so it's fun.
I was going on a binge watching for zombie movies because I just love zombie movies like Shaun of the Dead and what was it? The Dead Eat the Night. It was a French film, so when you mentioned a French film earlier, I was thinking about that one. And it's kind of like a Quiet Place situation, but with zombies. And he's stuck in his apartment complex, and there's zombies all over the place. So there's a big tunnel, and there's a horde of zombies that comes out of this tunnel, and one night he just is so isolated and I don't really care, I'm secure. He's got the apartment locked down, and he starts playing the piano, and all the zombies come outside and they're just listening, trying to get up there, and I think that's how it finishes.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's really good. And I think he does end up seeing someone across the way and communicating with them. I forgot where that went. I'm pretty sure they might have died, or they both run away. They do both run away. You'll have to watch it. I don't think one of them does.
I would check it out. My friend Casey won't shut up. I just mentioned it because he's bringing it up, and I know he wants me to watch it. I genuinely do clock when people say, you should watch this, you should watch this. And when it's convenient, I do watch it. When if I just see it, I do usually click it. But I do feel guilty when I haven't watched something, especially when they brought it up a bunch of times. I think it's called All of Us Are Dead. And I think it's on Netflix. And I think it's a zombie TV show.
Okay.
And I heard it's supposed to be effed up and really.
It sounds familiar.
And he says it's the best zombie thing he's seen in recent years.
So my best thing is Train to Busan.
Everybody.
Okay. And when they made the second one, which is Peninsula, also very good. Then I watched this old zombie movie. I don't even know what the name was. Hold on, let me think. It had the guy from Modern Family in it.
Oh, is it Dawn of the Dead? Yes, Dawn of the
I watched that movie and I was so blown away. I loved that movie. It was nothing what I expected. I'd never seen anything like it, and then I was like, this is why zombie movies are so good now, because they take stuff from good stuff.
I got a whole story about that movie. I'm sorry. I know I keep throwing story at your face. I'm sorry. But here's how it is. So, Dawn of the Dead. So, when I was younger, our house burned down by an arsonist or whatever, and we were staying at my grandparents' house, and it's Christmas Eve or Christmas. I think it's Christmas Eve, and we ordered Domino's, and we only had a 20-inch TV and like a couple VHSs. One of them was Dawn of the Dead, directed by Zack Snyder, by the way.
Yes.
Yes, and
You
written
can tell.
Yes, and it's written by James Gunn.
Oh.
Yes. Yes.
That's why it's so good.
Yes. So we watched that movie, and this is one of my favorite Christmases ever, because we literally just were sitting there eating pizza, watching this zombie movie that takes place in the mall. Man.
Yeah, and the way it ended pissed me off.
Yeah, it's
pissed me off.
Yeah. They all
They get to the island, and the dog just bark, 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 and then a horde of zombies.
Yeah.
No gas to get away from the island. Boat broke down. I could throw this mic right now. I'm so mad.
Every time I usually stop it before the credits. Just
right.
I don't need it. Yeah, so
I don't need to see all that. They made it out.
Yeah.
The dog's fine. It's probably the only one that
I think that might have
survived.
been the origin of running zombies.
You think so?
Yes. I think that's literally the first time.
Probably, because one of my other favorite zombie movies is 28 Days Later. And then 28 weeks later. And they're supposed to be making a 28 months later.
Yes, they're doing it. Yes, they're doing 3 more 28 somethings.
Good.
And so the original director is coming back, Danny Boyle, which Danny Boyle is one of my favorite directors ever. He's done
these movies so effed up. And they have kids in them.
Yes.
So when I did rewatch that after having kids, I was just like, you're a bad parent. Like,
I need to see. I haven't seen any of them.
Oh my god, you gotta watch them.
I know. I need to watch them.
And they're scary, like on edge of your seat, like you know something's gonna happen scary.
Yeah. The 28 Days Later. I've seen a lot of that one because it has Oppenheimer in it, and like I said, that one's directed by Danny Boyle, who's done like a bunch of movies I love. He did 127 Hours. I don't know.
I've seen that.
Yeah. I used to love that movie. I still love that movie, but I used to love that movie. Like I watched that movie. I tried to watch it 127 times, literally back in the day. I never got there. I watched it 20.
There's still time.
There is. I know. I could probably recite the whole movie right now.
Oh my God.
Like it's burned into my brain. I tried rewatching it recently. I know the whole thing. And he also did a movie called Steve Jobs. He
was in that.
Yeah. Michael Fassbender's Steve Jobs. Which is really good. Why did I bring that up? Yes, 28. And so yeah, Danny Boyle's coming back for the new 28. Whichever. I don't know. I don't think anybody knows exactly what they're doing yet, because they're doing 3 more movies. And
we got a days and weeks.
Yes.
So we need a months and years.
Yes, but also it's probably literally been 28 years, so they could just be like 28 years. Well, they did that. Well, they did 28 years later, and then would this make you mad if the second of that movie, 29 years?
Stop.
Then go
I would be so mad.
Once.
They're gonna be like 28 seconds later, and it's gonna be them turning into zombies in the beginning.
That'd be fun.
Yeah.
Or what if it's just slow motion, the whole time, and you just see it slowly taking on. But they could make it interesting.
They could make it interesting. There's a lot to do. Those were the running zombies that made me realize I wouldn't survive in that situation. Because they were faster as zombies than as people.
Yeah.
And the way that it spreads is so easy. Like when that drop of blood fell from the carcass, and the bird was picking at it and got in someone's eye, that's gonna take me out. I don't wash my hands enough for that.
Oh, there was this movie called, have you seen a movie called When Evil Lurks?
I don't think so.
That came out, I think it's newer. It could be newer. But I think it's an Argentina movie. But what's really cool about it is it's a zombie movie, but it definitely feels kind of like post-COVID. Like there's some things that it seems like they're taking into account with doing it. So it kind of works like a literal virus. And if someone's infected, they're like, you gotta figure out where to put, but you can't kill it. Because if you kill them, it's just going to make it spread. So that you have to find a way to dispose of them in a way that, so it won't spread or whatever. And also, it takes place, it starts out on a farm. It can move to an animal.
That's
so,
bad.
And if you notice it moved to an animal, might as well just.
No, it's done for
Stuff.
our livestock. That's our livelihood.
Yeah, so it's like, it's a fun.
I've played Plague Incorporated. Okay, so I know how to
I
destroy the
remember
world.
that. Wow. But that another thing about When Evil Lurks is they don't give a fudge about kids. There's a part where it sucks. It was like my favorite kid in the movie. Dead. Mm-hmm. Zombie carrying the kid's corpse, just eating the brains right out the brain. Just as he's carrying it, it's like, effed up. Crazy. And a dog.
I mean, it's a zombie. They gotta eat too.
Zombie dog effed and eats this baby. Well, not a baby, but it was a little girl's face. It was like, oh my god. It was cool though.
The first time I saw like a zombie dog was in Resident Evil, and those were pretty cool. Their faces peel apart.
Yeah. Hey, so let me ask you this: do you like those movies?
I love those movies.
You do?
But when she lost her powers, it got a little bad. It got a little bad. I almost walked out of the theater, honestly.
Oh, really?
Really, I was really heated.
I think I might have seen the first.
And then the last one was really weird because they're in this like underground, different apocalypse situation, and then there was like zombie Nazis, and it got intense.
Yeah, I know they get strange. Well, so they tried to reboot the whole thing and do it closer to the video games, whatever. I don't think I did well. Whatever movie that was. That was like a year or two ago.
Yeah.
I don't love the actress in those original movies. Mila
Really?
Jovovich.
I think she was really good. Why?
Well, also there's this movie. Have you seen The Fourth Kind?
Yeah.
I hate that movie.
I love that movie. Is that where it's like a documentary?
It's fake.
But fake? Yeah, but it's so good. There's aliens. I love that movie. I would, with the owl and everything. I love that movie.
I told you I was scared of aliens.
Yes.
And that was because of, not that movie, it was because of Indiana Jones 4.
Oh my god. That's a good movie though.
It's a good movie?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Did you see the Crystal Skull, the newer one? I like that one too.
No, Crystal Skull was the one with the alien.
Mm-hmm.
And then the newer one is the Dial of Destiny. I like the newest one more, just because at the end, I like old people love, like I said. I like and hate it. So at the end when she's like, here, and then I'm like, oh my god, yes. So yeah, Indiana Jones made me scared of aliens, and then I watched The Fourth Kind. I thought it was real, and that was the point. And they made fake websites.
They did.
Which is like, F you!
Yeah.
And then I find out it's fake, and then I was like, F that movie. Also, Mila Jovovich, like all the parts that were reenacted, like I was like, the acting's bad, but this is compelling.
Mm-hmm.
And then now I know it's fake. It's like the acting's just bad. Why do I need to watch this anymore? Yeah, that movie made me mad. Like
I liked the movie. I was mad it wasn't real.
Yeah, that's fair too. Maybe that's it. I'm just mad it didn't realize.
Yeah.
Yeah. Since we're on aliens, right quick, what do you think about aliens? Tell me all your alien conspiracy theories, I guess.
I'm certain they're real. I think they're too elite to be among us right now.
That's fun. That's fine. I get that.
I'm also... I could believe that there were reptilian people, too.
Wait, the aliens are reptilian people?
There are both.
Oh, both exist?
Yes.
Interesting.
I believe in an underwater world as well.
Oh, no.
Like, the
Atlantis?
Inner Earth.
Oh, like Hollow Earth? Like those monsters? What they do?
Kinda. Like,
I mean,
we're in Godzilla King Kong.
Yeah,
like, something like that.
I'm more inclined to believe that just because, like, we don't know. Like, I used to think you could just dig the China.
Do you know some people think Earth looks like this? And I'll pull it up.
Oh, no. Are you a flat earther?
No.
Okay. That was a sigh of relief.
No, I'm not, but other people are.
I know.
And then there's even this, which is kind of, they call it the firmament.
The firmament?
Yeah.
Wait. Oh. Wait a minute. So like, interesting. So like, underneath the ocean, there's another world.
Yes.
That's a fun idea.
Yeah, and you know, I've been trying to open my eyes to new ideas.
I'm not against it. I think I'm more like the ocean, because we keep looking at space so hard.
I know. Yes.
And it's like
the world is all water.
Exactly. And like giant squids are enough to skeeve me out.
Yes.
Like, oh my god.
I love Megalodon, or Meg the movie,
Oh
because
my
it's just
God.
so silly, and I don't
Yeah.
believe that that's something that is down there, but we wouldn't know. We wouldn't know.
Well, that's the thing that that's the deeper you go, the bigger presumably a lot of these things can be.
Caverns and caves.
Oh my god.
Underwater.
I agree. I do agree. And I think also like, especially like if you think about space and how like there's no gravity, there's no air. You know what that sounds like to me?
The ocean.
Well, yes, but it more sounds like when you're playing a game and there's an invisible barrier.
Yes.
It's like, I mean, you could be here, but there's nothing to do here.
Right.
It's like, why aren't we exploring the playable area more, right? You know what I mean? Like, maybe we should be going deeper into the ocean. Maybe there is something in there.
Maybe that's why it's so hard to get to.
Exactly. Yeah. Have you seen Ouija: Origin of Evil?
No, I haven't.
You might like it. It's a Mike Flanagan joint, but it's a movie, not a TV. So that's what I'm starting to peep into now. Like, I've watched all those TV shows he did: Haunting of Hill House, Haunting of Bly Manor, Midnight Mass. Have you seen Midnight Mass?
I love Midnight Mass.
Love
Midnight Mass.
Oh my!
And it reminded me of another show from.
You told me about that. I saw an ad for that just the other day.
The ads were crazy. That's why I was like, all right, I gotta watch this.
I do want to check
It's
it out.
like Lost meets like scary.
Man. But yeah, Midnight Mass. I tried to get my brother to watch Haunting of Hill House, and then that's when we found that he doesn't like jump scares.
Oh, I don't like them, but they get me every time. A bird will fly to a window, and I'll be like, anything moves suddenly, and I jump, and I can't control it.
He doesn't like them to a point of like, I don't know, maybe it's like triggering or something. Like he literally does.
PTSD.
Yeah, kinda. Like, I guess, because like it never occurred to me. He does like some horror things, but now I do go back to the Rolodex. I'm like, yeah, I guess there's not many jump scares in this or that or that. So like maybe that's why he likes it. And when we were watching, what I love about Mike Flanagan, he does effective jump scares. So like in Hill House, there's great ones, and all of his works. And because of that, my brother was like, I'm not watching.
I'm not watching.
I love it most when you get tied a supernatural thing to like a real world thing and make it super personal and sad and also scary. Like the whole twist with Midnight Mass, which I don't want to say, but it's tall and bald. It's very fun.
I didn't expect it to be
Exactly.
that.
Yes. At
Yeah.
first I was like, because you had your haunting shows.
Yep.
You expect another haunting type of a show, and then it's different. That's all I'm gonna say. And then I watched. He did the Midnight Club. Did you watch that?
No, I haven't seen
That's
that.
pretty good. It's kind of Midnight Club. It's about all these kids in a hospice. It's very sad.
Sounds very sad.
But it's also very fun too. Like it made me think if there was an X-Men show, I want all those kids to be in the next X-Men show or something.
As mutants in the
Yeah. And then there's Follow the House of Usher. Did you see that?
I don't think so.
You might like it. That's another. It's Mike Flanagan again, but that one it's his last Netflix show. So like, he's not like that came out last year. So this will be the first year in a stretch of 4 or 5 years that Netflix doesn't have a Mike Flanagan TV show. And Follow the House of Usher is him like, I'm about to leave, so I'm about to go nuts, and he goes nuts. There's lots of crazy stuff in that. But yeah. And Ouija: Origin of Evil is... What's funny is he decided to do that movie. It's the sequel to the first Ouija. The first Ouija's not good, apparently. This movie's fun, though, because it's about this mother with 2 daughters, and they're like a con group. I was going to say con men group. It's con women.
So like Ocean's 8.
Yeah, well, not, but they con people with supernatural means.
Oh, okay.
They pretend
Fake tarot and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. And then the mother decides to use a Ouija board in her new con, and shenanigans.
She fucks it up.
Yeah,
you can't be fucking with Ouija boards like you know what you're doing.
Exactly.
That's how you bring the devils in.
Exactly.
We don't do that white people shit.
And I don't know, do people do... I don't know if they did it in the first Ouija or if people do this as a thing, but something I saw in this movie that was cool is they used the little looking glass thing as a way to see
around the room.
Yeah.
Fuck that. I'm not doing that.
Oh,
I don't want to see them.
Oh, really? Do you think it would work? Have you tried it?
I have not tried it. I've never played with the Ouija board because every time I suggest it, whoever's around me is like, bad idea. And I'm like, you know what? You're right. Because I'd be the one that like ends up in a horror movie situation. And I got kids now. I can't be playing like that.
See, exactly.
Cannot get my kids involved in those shenanigans.
Man.
Then they're possessed and I can't exercise them. Telling me all sorts of shit I don't want to hear.
Yeah. Oh, man. Oh, no.
I've had my tarot cards read before. My good friend Norma can actually speak to the deceased. It's legit. It's legit. I've not had her do it for me, but my friend had it done for her, and she got to speak to someone who she lost, and it was personal. Like, they said things that only they had discussed, and, like, gave me chills. Like, because I never really believed. I'm not religious. I'm not superstitious. I'm a little stitious. So when I hear things that make them real, it kind of touches me different because it's like this whole universe that we're connected to that's always there that we're not always there. Like,
so I love it because I am like very similar. I'm not crazy religious, but I also I'm super anxious.
Like, there's gotta be something out there.
Yeah.
That has crafted this to be the way it is for whatever God reason. Like,
yeah, I definitely think that. Or I also think one of it was like some people be like, "Oh, God made us in His own image." So there's some people.
There's gotta be an evil out there making all these evil people.
Or was thinking just making humanity in general?
Yes. What if we're the evil idea?
Yes. I love that.
Yes.
But like I've talked to a couple people who've told me that they talk to ghosts, and yes, there is the part of me that wants to roll my eyes, but I also don't say no because it's like there are people that'll like see different colors.
There are things we don't all see.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's crazy. It makes me so jealous. I'm like, I want to see things. I want to feel the universe that way, that closely.
Yeah. I mean, I'm jealous. I mean, I don't know. Like, for example, this is a stupid BS example, but we'll play this game on Fortnite where, like, it's a murder mystery. And every time I'm the sheriff...
Like Among Us?
Not Among Us. It's like...
But it's like that.
It is similar,
That's
yes.
what they're all like.
Like, there's like a murderer and a sheriff, and then there's two other people. And every time I'm the sheriff, I know who it is.
Do you?
I don't. Like, I don't. Like, I intellectually do not. But every time I point the gun and I shoot a person, it's them. And last week, what happened was, my cousin was screaming, he's seething there. He's like, every time I'm the murderer, Justice gets the gun and he shoots me. How does he? And he knows I suck at games.
Yeah.
I can't play games. But for some reason, I just know, I don't even know. I just
You're
shoot.
like the guy in the glass onion, or
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's just like, I just do it. And then what was funny was, after he was complaining, I was sheriff again, I didn't say anything. And I was like, look, I don't know anything. I can't possibly, I don't know, especially on a console, I don't know how to cheat on Fortnite. So I'm like, I'll just shoot Noah, my other cousin. I'm like, I'll shoot him, and then when it's not him, I'll be right. Or, it'll be show that I'm not, I'm just dumb. This is not, my brother, who was invisible, runs in front of him just as I'm about to pull the trigger on my cousin. Jacob dies, my brother. He was the murderer. And I got it. And right then I was like, okay, that's a little crazy. How did I do like I didn't even know. Like, I didn't shoot the person I intended to shoot, and you still
got it right.
Stuff like that, it makes me think, Maybe I do know. Like maybe they're like, you know what I mean?
I
Like,
bet you're amazing at Clue.
I never played Clue.
Have you seen the movie?
I love the movie.
The movie is so good.
Yes. And you know they released it originally with each ending.
Different places.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. I want them to do something like that again. With
I
a new
wish
movie.
they would.
Yeah. Because I would love to be like just talking about it, and that didn't happen. What do you mean?
Yep.
Especially like when it comes to Clue, because it's a different murder each time. So you're like, wait, what?
I'm getting ready for Beetlejuice 2.
Yeah. So I will say, you know what? A thing about Beetlejuice 2, I don't think it looks bad.
I don't either. I like that they're doing some practical.
Exactly.
That's what I was afraid they wouldn't do.
It's probably like the most, and what's crazy is it's like the most practical Tim Burton's been in a while, and it's like pretty strange and gross and weird.
And the art, the hairstyle isn't perfect. Like the makeup and the art isn't perfect, so it seems like that same era they did it in. Yeah,
not as Disney polished as like, especially now with some of the Disney, both the remakes or even like Lego sequels or whatever. It does actually look like Tim Burtoning again, which he hasn't. I think I didn't watch Wednesday. I caught some clips.
I did. It was good. I liked it.
And I think it was like a defibrillator going to Tim Burton's chest a little bit too. It was like, wake up, because he did a couple. Like he basically did like, I think he did.
God, they were making so. Yeah, I didn't watch that. It looked a little too gray, but I freaking. They were making Addams Family movies back to back to back, and not even the same director for a minute. And then Wednesday came out, and I was like, "Can we just stop? Can we just let this die?"
Yeah.
The first ones were good.
They need to. Well, they did do a Monsters movie recently with.
I wanted to watch that. I haven't watched it.
It's garbage.
Damn.
Like hot garbage.
Damn.
And it's Rob Zombie directed it.
Damn.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I will give it credit though. The main monster, the I don't know, the dad monster guy. He looked very. I couldn't tell he was a different actor from the '60s TV show, so that's fun. I didn't watch.
They used the same prosthetics.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. Well, actually, first I need to mention this real quick. Freebie. It's not as good as Tubi. Freebie kind of sucks, but it's the free version of Amazon Prime, kinda. And right now there's a show on there. I've been posting it on Facebook a lot, and I need to mention it, called Being Human, the American version. There's a British version that's on a bunch of stuff that you can find easy. Who cares about that? The American version, which even the British people believe is better.
Like The Office.
Yeah, pretty much. Is on Freevee right now. It's 4 seasons. It's about a werewolf and a vampire and a ghost. They're roommates in Boston. And it's just about them trying to be human.
I like that.
It's so
good.
It
reminds me of that vampire show, What We Do in the Shadows.
It's like that, but not as quirky.
Okay.
It's played a little more straight, but it's still like they know how ridiculous it is. And they play with the like there's one part where the werewolf has to bring the vampire to a family dinner, and they have garlic in the dinner, and when he starts to vamp out, like, he can't control it, like his eyes turn black and his teeth start to ground. He's like, I can't hide it, and they have to, shenanigans and all.
Yeah.
I love it, and what I also love about Being Human is it's so cheap, because yes, intellectually in the show, that's a vampire, werewolf, and a ghost, but it's really just 3 people saying they're those things.
Right.
It's just standing around in a circle complaining about it. That's pretty much what the show is, but they sell it so well, and the world building is so good. And they have fun, interesting rules that aren't conventional for, like, the vampires can walk out during the day, but they can't do some things, or, all this stuff. It's very fun, very good.
Have you played scary video games?
I dabble, but I haven't played, like, I'm bad. I do try to play a spooky game during spooky season every year or so. Like last year, I think I played The Quarry. Have you played that game?
I've played The Quarry twice.
I love it. I love it. And
I'm trying to play it a 3rd time, but I love it. I got everyone out alive.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
First time I played, I killed the girl from Modern Family. I was like, I didn't know I was supposed to shoot it. And then they were like, what did you think you were supposed to do? Not shoot it? And I was like, you're right.
Exactly.
Yep.
I didn't shoot it. They all died.
Yep.
And that was my first playthrough. I just reloaded the save and redid it.
Yep.
From there.
There's a life setting too, where you can have like 3 lives.
Yeah, I saw that, but
No one can know about this.
I also like in that you can do like a movie mode where you just sort of set each character to a certain emotional.
Yes.
And then you just watch it. And I done that. I watched the first like hour. And it's fun.
I liked it. Yeah. It was like a movie without that mode too, though.
Yeah.
Like the way it was moved around the camera when you moved around. I liked that.
And also Ted Raimi's in it from of Evil Dead things.
Brenda Song.
Brenda Song also.
Yeah.
And also though, what's cool about it is like Brenda Song's like probably in her 40s or close to it now, but they made her 18 in the game, which is that was cool.
That was cool.
And David Arquette from Scream, Dewey. Little Nightmares.
I heard about that.
It's fun.
Yeah.
I've only done like a couple levels, but just like a little.
So you've played the Quarry. Have you played Until Dawn?
I haven't played it yet.
So it's even better.
My brother did show me years ago a playthrough of it with, I think we either watched Jacksepticeye or Markiplier play it. But I did know who, like, it's like or a group of teenagers or whatever. I knew which one of them was going to be a bad guy because I knew which one of them was the most famous. The guy who played Mr. Robot. Oh, have you seen Mr. Robot?
No.
Oh my god. Freddie Mercury recently in that.
Okay.
So he's in that game. I was like, that guy's most famous. He's probably the villain. Right. Just because you give that to the the better actor. I guess.
Did you ever play the Walking Dead video game?
I watched it. Over the point and click one, the Telltale game. Yeah, I watched. I watched it.
I played it. It's good. Have you played Five Nights at Freddy's?
I play a lot. My roommate, he's big on Five Nights at Freddy's.
Have you seen the movie?
Did you like the movie?
I loved the movie.
It's a bad movie.
It's a bad movie?
It's a bad movie.
I thought that's what made it good.
I swear to goodness, me and my brother clowned on it. We clown on that movie. It makes no sense, that movie. The cop lady in the movie.
Yeah, that part was,
terrible.
That was my only,
She the parts where, like, she knocks on the door, and then the security guard, who is working there, answers, and then she's like, "You're acting really suspicious." "I'm working here, lady. What do you want from me?" And then she knows more about the place than the guy working there, and he's the one acting suspicious. I don't know. And then at the end with Matthew Lillard, I kind of liked it at the end when he finally was like, "All right, I'm here." But I don't think he went as crazy as I wanted him to be. I wanted him to be like Scream 1 crazy. Like, and he got close, but not quite.
He's older in the movie.
Yeah, but still. Also, the part when he dies makes no god dang sense. I always come. Have you died before? I don't know if you've died before. How can you always come back if you've never?
But he's gonna come back.
So they better make a prequel where he died. That's what I'm saying. Because if this is the first time he's ever died, how are you always coming back? That's all I'm saying. Because if he, like, literally, like, it's like, I mean, they're dealing with supernatural robot dead kid things. But to watch a man get murdered, and then that guy, or actively dying man, I always come back, that's insanity.
Maybe. It's a reference to the fans. You wouldn't get it, man.
I get it. No, you
don't.
Make it good.
You'll never understand. You'll never get it. You'll never understand.
Oh my god. And I also, me and my brother, we also would be like, well, we've watched Marvel movies forever. We know things about, like, and we've liked superheroes forever, since before the Marvel movies were big. So we were like, well, I don't know. Maybe it's the same thing. Maybe people just didn't like Marvel movies, but. There's a difference, though. If you look at Rotten Tomatoes, people like those Marvel movies more than they like that Five Nights at Freddy's movies. All I'm saying. and it made sense. Is all I'm saying. But yeah, I don't know. But it doesn't matter. Five Nights at Freddy's made a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna make a sequel, and I hope it's actually
Better?
I hope it's good. Period.
That's rough.
But yeah, and I also mentioned that because I haven't started editing last week's episode yet because I have to edit around some of these more.
Get these videos out. What are you doing?
I'm trying. I am getting slightly more consistent though. Like
Make sure to remind them to like and subscribe.
like and subscribe, everybody, forever. I need to do
Ring
it.
that bell.
Yeah, I never say. I don't ring the bell for anything.
I don't ring the bell.
Like why people? They only say that because sometimes YouTube's bad about if you haven't posted in a while, or if the person who is subscribed to you hasn't watched in a while, they're not even gonna put it in your subscriptions feed. Which I've caught them doing that before, but as soon as I start watching, if I just watch one video, they're back in my subscription feed. So it's like, it's fine. But hit the bell for me though, because I'm small. I need it.
Accepting tips on Cash App, yo captain.
No, me. No, I should do. I need to put my Cash App out there, but I'm not gonna do it. All right. Well, thank you. Thank you. And
Thank you.
goodbye. I would say goodbye to the. You want to say goodbye?
Happy spooky season.
Yeah, happy spooky season. All right.